Previously on
The Critical Cinema Club.
So we're coming on to the last part of the show now. We're going to talk about potentials. So we're talking about people who are currently WWE superstars, and we're going to discuss whether we think they've maybe got a future in Hollywood.
Maybe, yeah.
So first one on the list, I put it really just because of how big a...
I'm going to say no on this one, but okay.
Well, let's move on then. No, Brock Lesnar.
I'm going to say no because Brock Lesnar, listening to interviews about him, he's only interested in doing what he wants to do.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem to me as if pursuing an acting career is something that he would want to do because he's a private person. He likes to, he's got a huge farm and he likes to go hunting. And
if he wanted to, do you think he could?
Oh yeah, I think he could if he wanted to. But what kind of a role would Brock Lesnar
Well, I would
fill?
sort of slot him into that sort of Kevin Nash.
Yeah, henchman. Yeah.
Or Spider-Man villain or something.
By no means do we want to slate any acting skills that he has. He was never really the best talker on the mic. That's why I Paul Heyman with
but
him
he's
for
got
a long
that
time.
presence, and he's
got
very
that presence.
menacing in his movement. I could see him being in an action flick.
I probably would agree with you there, but I don't think he will.
No.
I can see him being in a film. I couldn't see him being a lead.
No. So next one, you might not know these guys, but Chad Gable and Otis.
I don't know who he is.
They're hilarious. They are really funny. I could see them starring in like a comedy movie. Especially Chad. He's hilarious. I think anyway. Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, I can see Cody Rhodes.
Can you?
Yes.
I'm not sure I can.
I can see Cody Rhodes being an actor.
He's very likeable, but have I ever seen him use any range in this? I don't know if I have.
He had a good ring presence in there, a good promo to him, a natural talker, very much like his brother Goldust and his dad Dusty Rhodes as well.
Yeah.
Great ring presence. I think, Cody Rhodes.
Maybe. I'd like to be proven wrong. I'm not sure. I can't picture.
He's a big
what he would
video
do.
game nerd, though, isn't he?
Oh, do you think he could do a video game movie? So Drew McIntyre.
He could be in Trainspotting 3,
Oh
or
God,
if they brought back Taggart, he could
Trainspotting.
He could be in Taggart. There's been a murder.
He's a maybe.
I could see him being an actor. Yeah, absolutely.
I think what goes against him is how big he is.
He's a big boy, isn't he?
He's a big boy. Yeah, I could see him being sort of typecast or pigeonholed into a physical role, but I could see him doing something else. But
I think he could be an actor.
he could. But he'd turn up on a screen. He'd be so big.
Yeah.
People are like, oh my god. So who knows? Gunther. When I think of Gunther, I think of Rocky movies. I think he'd be someone of that ilk.
Yeah, like a silent enemy or something. Do you know when you said Gunther? I thought it meant Gunther from Friends.
No.
Working behind the working in Central Perk.
Well, just throwing a cup of coffee in someone's face and then doing the rock bottom on him.
Yeah.
No, Gunther, he's someone I could see in that type. I mean, the Rocky films have sort of been and gone. I mean, we've got the Creed films now, but he's got that. He really reminds me of Dolph Lundgren.
Well, they're
in
on
that sort of movie.
They're all about doing a new He-Man film, aren't they? Ever since Barbie's made that big splash on the screen, that I think Mattel, they're going out there with what properties do we have next?
I mean, is there a cry for He-Man these days? Does anyone under the age of 40 really know much about He-Man? I mean, I remember watching the film in the 80s, but
there was that mini-series that
It's on
Kevin
Netflix
Smith
now,
did.
isn't it?
It's awful, honestly. Kevin Smith.
I'm not sure. If they drove hard with the marketing, maybe, but
I don't know if reviving these old properties like He-Man didn't work as a film back in the 80s because I feel that the toys were starting to lose popularity. Ninja Turtles became a big thing, or Ghostbusters.
But I think it also suffered from, the film when I watched it wasn't He-Man to me because they had to, because of budget. Obviously,
yeah.
They had to do it in America, but that's not He-Man, is it?
No, but that was just Canon Films, the same people who messed up Superman 4, as we've discussed previously.
Yeah.
Same people who did that Hercules film when Hercules boots a bear into outer space.
Yeah,
It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
But I enjoyed He-Man for what it was, but you couldn't. It wasn't proper He-Man, was it?
No,
Not really.
no.
Right, so moving on. I've put the Usos down. Well, I'm thinking more Jay.
The thing with
really.
these wrestlers here, because I don't watch it regularly enough, I don't know what they're like, talkers or anything.
From what I've seen, Jay especially, I know you're not as into it, but what I've seen on this Bloodline storyline at the moment, I've seen some good acting in that. I think most people would agree that it's been good what we've seen. It almost looks real. So can that transcend into Hollywood? It's a maybe. I'll put that down as a possibility.
Yeah, maybe.
Kevin Owens. I think he can only be himself, can't he, surely? Can he act?
Do you know, he's a bit like a Stone Cold kind of person. People wouldn't believe him as somebody else. He can only be himself, and he's brilliant at being himself.
He's one I'm going to put down as someone I think...
Has he acted? Has he been in anything?
Don't know.
I'll be surprised if he hasn't done something. Let me have a look. Because isn't his first language actually...
Canadian. Canadian. French.
What language do you speak?
Canadian.
Canadian, eh?
American. He could. I think he could. He's very emotive when he's doing his promos and things.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, no, he's not been in anything other than as a wrestler.
Of this list so far, now I'm thinking about it, he's the one person I think who probably could.
Who's next?
Got LA Knight on here, just down to his pure popularity.
LA Knight, for me, he's a cross between Austin and TheRock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in a program with Roman Reigns, and they had a face-off in the ring. Roman said, "You're just a cosplay redneck version of my cousin."
Yeah, there you go.
And it's spot on, really. Yeah.
I think he could.
Maybe. I mean, he's very popular, but I've not seen him do much than the LA Knight thing.
The only thing is that he's very popular within those walls of Jericho. No, within those walls of wrestling.
In the WWE universe, as they like to say. Now, I've put Omos.
No idea who that is.
Oh, the really big dude. He's like 7'3".
Oh yes, sorry, yeah, the one that Brock Lesnar had a match with at WrestleMania gone by.
Yeah, was it? Did he have one with him?
Yeah, he didn't. He?
Big, massive guy.
Yeah.
Now I've put him down because just his size. I could see him creeping up in the Marvel film or.
Yeah,
like
henchman.
Yeah, another
background henchman.
Another
kind of
henchman that doesn't speak because they're just that pure size.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
And the last one is Rhea Ripley. She's the women's champion at the minute and probably the most popular wrestler out of any men or women at the moment.
Okay.
I don't need you don't really know much about her, I'm guessing.
No.
But she's only like mid-20s and she's got a really good presence on the screen and I could see her in like a Mad Max movie or something because she's Australian.
Yes.
So I could see her
I know which one Rhea Ripley is now.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
She's coming a long way.
Yeah.
And I think there'll be big things for her in the future. So
I think just to summarise then, out of all of these wrestlers that have had an acting career to a different degree, let's just talk about the top 5.
Yeah, top 5.
And this is our top 5. This isn't top 5 as in who's pulled in the most money, which is obviously TheRock. Who do Sean and Colm think is the top 5? So we're both going to have a top 5 and we'll see how that differs. So if you want to go first with your number 5.
John Cena.
Yeah, I put John Cena as my number 5 as well. So there you go. That was an easy one to agree
upon. Easy, wasn't it?
Who would be your number 4?
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan wouldn't even be in my top 5.
Yeah, I'm debating it because it's between him and Jesse Ventura. Because Jesse Ventura, only 2 films spring to mind, but they're 2 really good films.
They're 2 brilliant films, yeah.
Which is obviously The Running Man and Predator. So that's why I mean, Hulk Hogan, I'm not going to be picking a Hulk Hogan film up to watch it.
Here's one to put to you because I'm going to put Jesse Ventura as my number 4.
Okay.
Who's got more quotable lines?
Out of Jesse and Hulk Hogan?
Yeah.
I can't think of any Hulk Hogan lines.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, well let's pencil Jesse in.
I've got Jesse as my number 4, because he hasn't got time to bleed. So number 3.
Who's your number 3 going to be?
As much as I'd love to have Austin in this top 5, I can't have him in the top 5 because he just hasn't really done enough. I'm going to have to put Kevin Nash as my number 3.
I thought you might, because he has done some notable things, hasn't he?
He has.
He has. He's done. I think that's fair enough. From Ninja Turtles to having been in John Wick, he's done a few things.
And The Punisher.
And The Punisher, sorry. I think that's fair enough. Controversial. I'm going to put TheRock at number 2.
I'm going to put TheRock at number 2. So that means there's only going to be number 1 for me, and there's only going to be number 1 for you.
Batista.
Yeah.
Which surprised me, because when we talked about doing this episode, I didn't think I was going to be gushing about Batista as much as I have been, but when you look at those 2 careers, how they've gone, and the films that they've been in, I think there's only one winner. I would say, out of all the names we've come up with today, Batista is the only one I would actually call an actor.
Yes.
The Rock is in films.
Dwayne Johnson is an attraction to see in the films. He's entertaining as hell, but you go to the film to see him in it.
Yeah.
Whereas Dave Bautista, to me, it's almost like going to see a film because it's got Sylvester Stallone in it, or it's got
I feel like
Daniel
Batista,
Day-Lewis in it. Not saying that Daniel Day-Lewis and Dave Bautista are level pegging acting wise, but you go to the film because you know there's a good actor in that film.
He elevates those films. So at the beginning of Blade Runner, he plays a really good part.
He's very menacing in that role as well.
He is, and it helps set up the rest of the story.
Yeah.
And obviously, you look at Ryan Gosling and you think, oh my god, how's this going to go?
Yeah.
In James Bond, he is a bit more like the wrestler type of actor. He's muscle. But he still plays it well.
Yes.
And then obviously Drax is the role of a lifetime, isn't it?
Drax isn't just your muscle-bound person who's just going to go through all these baddies and start stabbing them repeatedly with his knife.
Which is what he does do.
But he's got comedy timing.
Yeah.
Which The Rock has the comedy timing. The Rock's some of his best promos in WWF was his comedy stuff, especially the stuff he did with Mick Foley. Amazing promo. I never really saw DaveBautista as being a good promo guy, but acting, he's been brilliant.
I mean, if you think now, looking at what films they're going to be making, I'd be more excited to know what Bautista's making, because I know that's going to be a good movie, a good film that I know is going to be worthwhile watching. Whereas TheRock can be hit and miss, you know. And I know it's going to be a certain type of movie, which is not always my type of thing to watch.
Well, TheRock was planning to do Black Adam for a long time. For as long as I can remember, his name was attached to Black Adam
for years.
I think we're talking mid-2000s. As long as, I might be wrong, but that for me that's how long it feels.
When that film did come to fruition, I'm getting this vibe that he took a lot of decisions there. And he made a lot of things happen, and maybe not good decisions, because it was. I watched it and I don't really remember much about it.
No, I didn't really enjoy Black Adam. Anyway, we've been the Critical Cinema Club. I've been Colm.
I've been Sean.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye bye.